Well, after many trials and tribulations of technology, Luann and I are back today. I'm settled into Florida, and now we're both in Florida. So
Yay!
we had a little technological glitch we've been screwing around with. And Luann said, I hope our viewers appreciate it. And I said, I know they do.
I know they do. Just waiting on the edge of their seats
Right.
for our new updates.
Our updates.
Yes.
And today we're going to cover Young and Restless and Bold and Beautiful. Because it's been some time. And the date is today is October 29th, 2025.
Almost
Wow.
Halloween, and I forgot to
Almost.
put my Halloween necklace on.
Yeah, we should have worn costumes today.
Yeah. Made it a little more exciting for our viewers to watch.
I'm going as Happy Gilmore this year.
Are you? We're doing Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Oh, that'll be great. Take pictures. I want to see
Okay,
that.
yeah.
We should post those on Soapdish.
We should. We'll do
All
that.
right. Yeah, let's do it. That'd be fun.
Okay.
All right, so let's start out with the Young and the Restless.
Sure.
Noah's parents, Nick and Sharon, rushed to Los Angeles to be by Noah's side after he was injured in a car accident. They're later joined by Nikki and Victoria. And I asked you, because I was traveling from Minnesota to here over the last couple weeks, and you said, I asked you, and you said, well, there was an accident, but we don't really know what happened.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
They were thinking it was a single vehicle accident. And then at the hospital, Nick and Sharon had what they thought was a policeman come and ask them questions because they said it might be suspicious. Well, now that policeman Nick is having questions about him. He has left him several messages and hoping to hear more from him. So he's suspicious what is really going on because, they're led to believe that there could have been something else or someone else involved in his accident.
What leads us to believe that? Is there something that happened?
No, I think it's that gentleman that came to the hospital to ask questions. And we've never...
See, and I didn't see that, Luann.
Yeah, and we've never been real privy to who that guy is. And Sienna might be the answer to that. If we could...
And Sienna's the gal that has been recently introduced that runs that club, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And there, like Nick said in today's episode to Sienna when he was asking her lots of questions again about Noah that night of that he left the night of the accident. And Sienna said, I don't have anything more. I don't know anything more. And Nick said even to her, I think you're not sharing everything, so I think he's feeling there's more to this story and he wants to try to get down to the bottom of it because he's thinking that, I think what kind of gave him that feeling that something else was going on was that guy who visited the hospital. And who is that guy and why did he bring that up, to them? And Nick has said, I've left him a couple messages, never heard anything back. So hopefully in the next week or two, in the next week, we'll get more information on that.
Okay. Yeah, that whole thing seems mysterious. It'd be interesting to see, but I'm glad... Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm glad they're introducing kind of a new storyline for us. So.
Exactly. And I think once Noah comes out of his induced coma, and it sounds like we'll have a new Noah, and I hope...
Plastic surgery. It's the old plastic surgery on the soap operas.
And a new character or a new actor portraying Noah. And I hope they do more for him with a good storyline because we were kind of left dangling there with Noah and Audra. They had a past and they had a history together and it just kind of fell flat. The writers didn't do anything with it. So hopefully they'll do something with this.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I actually thought that story seemed like it had legs, like that would be a good storyline. And like you said, they just kind of dropped it. I was surprised by that.
I was too. And so let's hope that the writers put some juicy plot line in that and rehash some things with Audra because Kyle is in there questioning Sienna too. And we could talk about that a little bit later.
Right. I think we will here later. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. All right. Then Phyllis. Let's talk about Phyllis next.
Our buddy Phyllis.
Our friend Phyllis. So Phyllis Summers steals the AI program from Cane Ashby.
Yes.
And she's double tracking again, and she's so two-faced. And now she went to Victor Newman and offered him a deal.
Yes.
For the AI program.
Anything Phyllis does should not surprise us. And Diane hit it right on the head. She said, Phyllis will do anything to double-cross anyone, and Phyllis only thinks of Phyllis.
Yeah, her and Jack were talking. I
yes.
thought, yep, you nailed that one.
Yeah. And Billy said, heck, she'd even make a deal with the devil. And then Victor says, well, Victor is the devil. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, Victor, some would consider him the devil.
Yeah, and it was interesting watching her and Cane today and yesterday in their scenes together, because Cane is trying to pull information, the truth out of Phyllis, and I give her credit. She's a very good liar. She tries to be a convincing liar, but Cane is he's not buying into it, and he's just like looking. I liked his line today. He said, looking into those beautiful blue eyes of yours. Yeah. I'm just nervous that there's going to be a knife in my back. And I thought, yeah, that's true. And then Phyllis was like, I can't believe you said that about me. But and how she can keep a straight face when she went to Victor with that deal. And it was interesting what the deal was, that she wants him to bring down Jabot so that she can get it back and run it. And that would be over Jack and Billy's and Diane's, Kyle's,
Which Victor would probably do,
over their dead bodies. They're not going to let Phyllis run it. And Jack even said to Billy, if Phyllis is involved in this, I'm bringing her down too. So it'll be interesting to see how. I think our friend Phyllis is going to crash and burn somewhere along the way again, but
she usually does, so that'll be interesting.
But she is one good hacker. I give her credit. I had asked you in the past once why Cane wanted to have her on board, and you said because she's good with hacking systems, and I thought, yeah, she is good with that.
And that does. I don't know about what you think, but to me, it just doesn't fit her character.
No.
To be a computer hacker, it's like, I don't know. She doesn't fit the profile.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't, but I think she's got something.
I like her as an actress. I think she's wonderful. But
I think people take her very, the characters on the show, but they take her very for granted. And she's got a sharp little mind there, and they have to remember that she has a devious mind too, so that, right. She'll, like Diane says, she'll only take care of herself. She doesn't care who
Diane takes care of Diane.
Has to walk over.
Or Phyllis, in this case. Yeah. Diane too, really, in a lot of cases.
Right.
All right. So Billy, Abbott, and Adam Newman get into a physical altercation at the Genoa City Athletic Club. Did you see that roundhouse swing?
Yes. You could tell he was getting ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was interesting watching Adam and Chelsea together. And Adam, he's become a bigger man. He said, I know what I said instigated.
Well, he pushed it. Yeah, he pushed his buttons a little too far, I thought.
And Chelsea said to him, I'm very proud of you. There was a time you wouldn't have admitted that, and now you have. But I think Adam, he was smiling afterwards. It was kind of like, yeah, but he knew he got to Billy. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm very okay with getting hit because I pushed it and I
deserved it.
Yeah, I deserved it.
So to speak, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny. That was a good scene. I like that one.
Yes.
All right. And meanwhile, Kyle Abbott continues to investigate Holden for dirt on Audra.
Yes.
There's something there.
Yes.
I don't know yet, but there's something there.
Because Sienna said to Kyle, and it was when Nick was there too, because he was asking about Holden, and she said, Holden is not, he won't cause any harm. He just likes to have fun. So She didn't exaggerate on it, but Holden's been very nice to Claire in California. And then, he's seeing another side of her, and we'll talk about that later too. But, and I think we as the viewers are seeing another side of Claire too. She's being very strong. And I thought how she approached Kyle when it was, when he surprised her with, an unbeknownst visit to her in California.
Right.
She just said, "What are you doing here?" And then he said, "Well, do you want me to leave?" And I think there was a part of her, she didn't want him to leave because it touched her heart that he did come there. And, he was, there to give her comfort for Noah. But still, she wanted him to go. It's like, I told you I want to be here.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, a little, to have time to myself to sort things out. And it makes it difficult when you're here. But he still has reservations about Holden. And
I think he's right, though. I do. I think we're going to find out some pretty deep secrets about Holden eventually.
I think so. Pretty soon we'll see the other side of him.
I think so. He's a player.
He's a player. Yes, that's what they said.
Yeah, he's a player.
He's a player.
He is, too. As a guy, I know a guy player when I see one. Seriously. All right. The Noah Newman accident. And we've touched on this a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. Following a mysterious car accident, Nick and Sharon rushed to the bedside. We talked about that. I think maybe we've covered that. You're right.
Yeah.
Sienna, whose connection to accident raises questions.
Right.
We've kind of covered that.
And that, the only other point I wanted to just say is, Sharon is really taking this hard. And I think it all has to do reliving this again through their daughter Cassie that died.
Yeah, right.
And I think she even said to Nikki and Victoria today, "Why is this happening to us?" And then she was really torn because at the same time Mariah is calling her saying, "Mom, I really need you here with me. I need could you come and be with me?" And Sharon had to say, "I can't." And she couldn't tell Mariah why, but she just, and so Sharon, she's been doing, having some difficult scenes for her character, with lots of crying and lots of emotions.
I get, I'm going to say this. I get kind of tired of the writers, and I'm not blaming her as an actress. It's not her fault. She's following the script. But I wish they'd give her some positive character once in a while.
I know.
I get kind of tired of that. The writers kind of always, because all we ever see is her and with the grimace and the sad. And I mean, I get it. I mean, it's a story, but can we give that character a positive spin once in a while?
So that she can be happy.
Exactly.
You're right.
Right. I mean,
exactly.
Just it gets to me. It wears on you a little bit as a viewer.
I would think it would wear on her too.
Yeah, as an actress. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk next about the corporate war, which we've touched on a little bit over the AI technology. So as we mentioned, Phyllis steals this AI program. I still don't know. In our notes, and I do a little research when I do these agendas, but had been planning to sell it to Lily. I was going to ask you about that. What do they mean by that? Did I miss something there?
No. What Cane was going to do was, in order to win some favor with Lily, Cane,
that way, okay.
Yeah, Cane was going to give her the AI software, and then she said she would destroy it. Well, then
just to show that he's wanting to put his family back together.
Correct, that he was sincere and honest about. And then when she met him this week, he said, "I don't have the software," and she said, "How convenient, you don't have it now." He said, "No, really, it got stolen."
I think he's being honest, though, don't you?
Oh, he's being honest, and I'm sure it was very hard for him to say, "I don't have it." Because Lily first is not going to believe him, and
why? This is what happens when you holler fire too many times.
Exactly, and like Jack and Diane were talking between those two, they said, "Why didn't he put better safety precautions on it? How could it get stolen that easy?" And that Victor.
Phyllis is that good, Luann.
Phyllis is that
good.
That's right.
Is a hacker.
She's a good hacker.
Yeah. All right. So what else can we say? Anything more about that? Oh, Victor offers Michael as a second chance as his attorney.
Yes. And I think Michael will bite on it, even though Lauren will not be happy about that. Michael's going to have to get some reassurance though from Victor, I would think, before he gives the the affirmative that he'll join him again. Don't you think? Because
yeah, maybe, but he's got a weird loyalty to Victor.
Yes,
it's just kind of odd.
He is, and I think there's an excitement in working with Victor that
you're always on the fringe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and as a lawyer, I think it opens up wonderful opportunities for you to,
it's a good way to put it.
Yes.
That's a good way when you say opportunities. That's a good way to put it.
That's it.
Some of them are a little on the shady, borderline legal side, but yes, opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities.
Yep. All right, so I've got other storylines just to kind of hash about. Kyle's, we've talked about that too. While in Los Angeles with the Newman, Kyle continuing, that was today, grilling Sienna for information on Holden. It's kind of funny because what are the chances? So he's there talking to Sienna, Kyle is, and then Nick Newman comes in to talk to her. I mean, where is this? It's Los Angeles, isn't it?
And they're all staying at the same hotel. And
so all these people from Genoa City, Wisconsin are staying out in Los Angeles, California. And wow.
Yeah, and Sienna's even saying that too. She's like, wow, all of a sudden all of you people from Genoa
City are here.
Wisconsin.
Asking me questions.
Yeah.
There's going to be a storyline there, though. I'm kind of looking forward to finding out what that is.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so Tessa and Daniel, let's talk about that one, too. That relationship.
Let's talk about that.
That recent kiss. I'm cheering for these two, frankly.
Yes, I know you are. You have been for several weeks.
I have been for a while.
And
I'm just a romantic at heart.
And I thought it was interesting. We have to always keep in mind that sometimes the storyline will have a dream sequence. Because first you see Daniel, who looks awful because it looks like he's hungover, and he's talking with his mother Phyllis, and then all of a sudden you see Tessa in bed, and her and Daniel are making out, and then there's a knock at the door, and it's a police woman, and she says, "Hey, I'm here to arrest your wife for manslaughter." And all of a sudden, Tessa wakes up. Because first I thought, oh my God, Daniel and Tessa, they fell into bed together. And then you realize, oh, it was just a dream. So now I think, they're both approaching it slowly. But as soon as Tessa called Daniel or texted him that, could you come up and see me? Even though he was with Phyllis, he said, I've got to go. So he went up there right away. And, I think they're going to have to talk, and like you said in the notes, set some ground rules. If they really truly do want to just maintain a good friendship, because sometimes sex can get in the way of a good friendship.
That's too bad.
They'll have to set some ground rules, but yeah.
Sorry.
So, or be friends with benefits. I don't know.
Or something, that. Right. No, understandable. You're right. I was trying to make a funny there.
Yeah, that's okay. You could do that.
Yeah. So anyway, that'll be interesting to follow that storyline. I think what's going to happen is it's the old storyline of Daniel and Tessa will get romantically involved, and they will be in bed, by the way.
Yes,
and,
they will.
Who am I thinking of? Her girlfriend.
Mariah
will come back
It'll be
right at a really bad time and
Yes.
catch them in bed. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, that's how it usually works because either the door will be open or not unlocked.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and speaking of
Nobody locks their doors on soap operas.
nobody does anymore. They don't, talk privacy's out the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'll talk about murder and everything with the door open.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, but speaking of Mariah,
Yeah.
did you find it interesting that in the last episode we brought up Ian's name, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see
He's popping up in her
he's
dreams.
popping up, and she's imagining that he's sitting with her even,
Right.
and talking with her, and it's
Yep.
like, oh my God, and he's in her mind. But I thought it was interesting that they brought him back. So is that just a little tickler for us that he'll make a few
I
more
love him
appearances?
as an actor.
He's good.
That guy's good.
Yes,
He
Just
plays
like-
a really good evil crazy guy.
yeah. It's just like the lady who plays Crazy Jordan, Aunt Jordan too.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
They both did really great jobs.
Yep, they did. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got a couple of personal issues here to
Yeah.
discuss about our key changes in our soap. Actress Christelle, I think is how she goes by,
Yeah,
what she
okay.
goes by. Khalil, who plays Lily, is on maternity leave after giving birth to her third child.
I did not know she had
I
been
didn't
pregnant.
either.
Yes,
I
so
didn't either.
that's interesting because I remember it was only a year or two ago that she was out on maternity leave with her second child.
Yeah, I was
So,
going to say.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So we won't be seeing her for a little bit then. So,
Right, yep.
So I wonder if she'll have a few more scenes with Cane yet, and then how they'll
She'll leave or something,
Yeah,
right?
maybe she'll go out to California to be with their children, since they're having a hard time
Yeah,
with
right,
their
right. I could see
father.
that.
Yeah, maybe
Yep,
that's
I
how
could see
they'll
that.
do it.
Okay, cast exits on The Young and Restless. Actors Beth Maitland, who's Tracy Abbott, and Eileen Davidson, Ashley Abbott, those two have been on the show forever.
Yes,
Exited the show in April of 2025.
that's a shock. I
Yeah.
didn't
well,
realize that.
when they've they exited, they were gone for a long time, and then they brought them back here.
Because they
a
would
while
just
back.
be reoccurring characters once in a while. But I know Tracy was just on because she was on with Cricket's bachelorette party. Tracy was there. But we have not seen Ashley, so I'm sad to see.
I
them.
like Ashley. I always have.
Yeah, I liked both of them, and
Yeah, me too.
they're part of the family. They're the Abbott family, and it was always, even though you didn't see them often because they didn't really have storylines for them anymore. The last one, the really good one, was with Tracy, and Alan. That was
Right.
a really good
That's a
one.
good storyline.
Yes, I was happy that they did that for.
I predicted that one correctly, by the way.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It was the brother. It was the crazy brother.
Yeah,
I
it
said,
was-
I don't think he's dead. We never saw him.
That's right. You predicted that correctly.
You get. I'd love to break my arm patting myself on the back, but I'd like to say that some of these storylines become somewhat predictable.
Yeah, they do. You've been watching too long.
I'd like to take a lot of credit, but
Yeah, and
it's kind
then
of hard to do.
Yeah, then like you said, Connor Floyd Chance. When he was killed, we knew he'd be gone, and he's moved to Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere or read it somewhere. Yeah. Okay, and then the other one is cast member actor Michael Mealor, who's Kyle,
Yeah.
is confirmed to be leaving the show by the end of 2025. Wow, that's interesting, which may
Yes.
explain his character's current storyline.
And that what's interesting is this is the second time he's kind of
Yeah,
leaving.
he's left before.
Yeah, he left when they let the first Summer go. Hunter, I can't remember her last name, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
and that was very hard for a lot of the viewers of Young and the Restless because Summer and Kyle, were a part
Those
of
big characters.
those
yeah,
were
they
big characters.
Strong characters in the show. Yep. Oh, and then the last one's going to be a crossover event. Brighton James is his real name, but Devon Winters in the show is participating in a crossover event with the show Beyond the Gates,
Okay.
the new CBS
Yes.
soap opera,
Yes. That doesn't
which Mark is not watching because I spend enough time watching soap opera.
save for Luann. I can't. There's, because I could be watching a couple others and it's like, I just don't have time.
No.
That's all I'd be doing all day.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and that.
Plus, emotionally, you become kind of a train wreck watching all that stuff.
Exactly. For Devon, I think that's good because his character really isn't being utilized that much either
you're
on
right.
Young and the
You're right.
Restless. Being Abby is just a recurring character too now. They just don't have a lot of scenes there. Their last scenes too were with Danny and Cricket for their bachelorette parties, and bachelor parties. So that was kind of it. So, yeah. And before we move on to Bold and Beautiful, I was just going to let you know that I can't remember the actress's name, but she portrays Diane on Young and the Restless. She won the Best Actress for Daytime Emmys.
Really?
Yeah, so that was good. She was going up against Phyllis, against Ashley, and then a couple of other characters from a few other soaps. But yeah, she won. So good for her.
Interesting.
Yeah,
good for her.
Yeah. And then when you're ready to talk about Bold and Beautiful, we'll talk about the actress there too that won a Daytime Emmy.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, let's talk Bold and Beautiful.
Okay.
Let's start out with Hope and Liam's engagement. I'm so happy, Luann.
I know. I bet you were just clapping your hands.
Liam is after his recovery from his fake medical scare where he thought he was dying.
Yes.
It kind of made him refocus his energies, and so he's back in love. He's decided now that he's back in love with.
It made him
Hope.
Yes, he appreciated the things that he had, and just didn't. He took those for granted, and he's never going to do that again. He's told Hope, "I know what I have, and I'm not gonna let it go."
Smart man.
Mm-hmm. And did you notice too? It looks like Liam has lost weight.
Yeah,
I noticed that
I
in his
agree.
face.
Thank you for pointing that out. I noticed that as well.
Yeah, because then in today's
his face looks very thin.
Yeah, it looks thinner. And in today's episode, he had a nice little suit on, and I thought he looked thinner in that. I mean, he looks good.
I also thought he looked a little pale. I hope there's not something else. You know what I mean? I'm sure
yeah.
he's fine. He probably lost weight.
Right. I think he just dropped some weight. But I noticed that the last couple of days.
Yeah, you're right. That's very true. Mm-hmm. All right. So Hope accepted the wedding engagement proposal. And so all is good with Hope and Liam.
And Hope and Liam. And
we're good.
And her mom, Brooke, is smiling from ear to ear.
Over the moon.
Over the moon. It's exactly what she wanted.
Yeah. When we want Brooke to be happy.
Yes. And, now Brooke is married and happy, and now she can be happy for her daughter.
Right. I think there's more tragedy coming to that family yet.
I think so, too.
We can maybe discuss that in a bit.
Yep.
Yesterday, on October 28th, the couple told the Logan sisters, Brooke, Katie, and Donna, about their engagement, and everybody's over the moon.
Oh, they are. Yes.
They're in that family.
They're happy for them. Yes.
The Logan sisters.
The Logan sisters.
They should have an album.
Like the Lennon sisters.
Right.
It's the Logan sisters.
It's the combination. And today we find out that was kind of a fun scene, but with Liam went to see Dollar Bill and broke the news to him that he had engaged, and then this actually the best part of the scene was when the employee came in the room and
I know.
had excuses why her project wasn't done, and then Bill starts to light into her, and then the boys kind of give him the stink eye, and then I think then he starts to soften up, and he's all Mr. Nice, take the day off, all that good stuff, to go see your grandchildren. And
he wants to change his image. He said, "I want to be more like you, Liam." And not come down hard on everyone. And that was a good scene. I agree with you.
him softening up will last about 10 minutes.
I know. Wait till Luna does something again.
Something, yeah. Exactly. All right, so let's talk about Sheila next, Luann.
Yes.
Deacon's reeling from the discovery that Sheila has been lying to him. Mm-hmm. She hid the fact that Lee secretly saved Luna, who, of course, the whole world thought was dead.
Yep.
That's interesting. So, feeling betrayed, I'm liking where this is going, I think.
I know you are.
Deacon has sought guidance from Taylor Hayes, the psychologist, the good doctor.
The good Dr. Taylor. And Sheila knows she did wrong. And Deacon, like he told Hope today and Deke that I still love Sheila, that's why I married her. But, the trust, she lied to him. Can he get past that?
And with her history.
And with her history. And we're starting to see that other side of Sheila again in her conversation with Lee. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Right. Yeah, right on. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. So today, Hope and her son, Deke, who you mentioned, they confront Deacon about Sheila's deceit and the negative influence she has on his life.
Yes. And
which steered those two together kind of, I thought, at the end of the show today when Deacon calls Taylor and said, I can't stop thinking about you.
I know. He's like, I have to see you again. And it's like, okay. And I give her credit. She said, well, come by the office. And, instead of like coming to the house. Because I think Deacon is not wanting an appointment.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. And his son, Deke, and Hope are both trying to talk him into, now, this is a good reason not to be with Sheila, and he's like, well, I still love her. And they're thinking, could something else, help to make him change his mind? And perhaps this gives him a chance to be with someone else. And that's what Hope and Deke are hoping for their dad.
Sure. Yeah, Sheila's not the most popular person in town, that's for sure.
No. And before we go on to the Luna line, so let's talk about Sheila a little bit. Sure. She was having a conversation with Lee earlier this week, and I just had a chuckle. I thought, Sheila, that other side, it's still there, that devious side of her too. She said, I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose Deacon. I still love him. I think it's good that he's seeing Taylor, and Lee is saying, yes, Taylor's a very good doctor. And she says, but I don't want him to be with another woman, especially if it's Taylor. And Lee said, well, Taylor, why would you think that? She said, well, I could see him be with anybody but Taylor. And she said, well, what would you do? And she said, I'd kill her.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, Sheila, I can't believe you said that to Lee. And so then Lee
and that's the first, Luann, that's the first inkling we've seen of the evil Sheila for a while.
Exactly. And it was interesting. I was hoping that Lee would say something, because it's like, Lee, you're a doctor. You hear that from somebody, you're going to question.
Clearly, she's not the most moral doctor in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she wasn't let go from the hospital. She saved someone's life.
For doing that twice.
Yes, I know, she saved someone's life. So, but she said, Sheila, you really didn't mean that, did you? That you would kill Taylor. And Sheila never really gave her a straight answer. But
she did.
I thought, so where this story will go, if it becomes more, because as Deacon and Taylor hugged yesterday and consoling each other, they kind of pulled apart. They didn't kiss, but you could tell they were giving each other different looks. So we'll see. And Taylor does need someone in her life, and Deacon needs someone better in his life. And you want to predict that they could be together. You've been predicting that forever. So maybe you'll get your wish. I hope so.
I think I will.
I think so. But we'll because Sheila tried doing this to Taylor before, killing her.
Right.
Yeah. So that will be interesting.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree there with Luna, that's for sure.
I know. And the last thing on that is today's episode. I thought it was funny. Hope and Liam were talking about their wedding plans. And then Hope was telling him about, her dad and, he's not sure with Sheila. And she said, so right now they're separated. So she said, if we get married, she said, we have a good excuse not to have Sheila at the wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Liam says, just like you said, it'll be even more uplifting with not having her there. I thought that was good.
Yeah, it is good. All right, so the next storyline, the Luna drama continues.
Yes.
So her storyline continues to unfold clearly as she remains in prison for murder. Mm-hmm. She recently told the prison guard that Will Spencer, the father of the baby, will help her out. Yeah. Luna was recently beaten in prison. She's got a big black eye.
Yes.
And then she called Will in because she thought it would put the fear, or what would I say, guilty /
yeah.
feeling a sense of responsibility for the baby, all that, right?
Like she's not safe there. But we got an answer to all of our questions because prior to when she was in prison the first time, and when Bill was coming to visit her and she came out with all those bruises, we thought, who did that to her? Well, now we know. Because when she went back into that jail cell, and you think, would they put her in there with that same cellmate? But of course they did. And Luna said, I want you to do to me what you did the last time. And the girl said,
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
okay.
She said, you sure you want me to do that? She said, you're not going to rat on me, are you? And Luna said, I didn't the last time. No, she said, I want you to beat me up. But she said, be careful, don't hit my stomach. And it was like, we knew the answer now who had done it before. She did it on purpose the last time. She did it on purpose this time to get Will there. And she got Will there, and he didn't buy into it. It will be interesting how she's going to continue to push that because she is stuck there. And then I thought it was very cool when her mom came to visit her and just kind of, how could you do this, blah, blah, blah. And then you did it with Will, as she said, good move.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. It's like, oh my God. It's like, and then last week after Steffi returned, because we were all great. It was good to see Steffi.
Right.
And in her personal life, she's had 5 children now, and the last one was also a little boy. I'm sure.
Was it?
I'm sure they were hoping for a little girl, but to have 5 healthy little boys is pretty cool too. But so she's back. And then when you saw there was another knock at the cell door, someone else to visit Luna after Will left. And here comes in Steffi, and she lets into Luna. And I thought that was too good. That was a good scene between Luna and Steffi. They both did a great job with that. And that's what I was going to mention. Luna, Elisa Yamada, I think is her name. She received the Daytime Emmy for the new talent, new talent for
in a daytime drama or
in
something.
A daytime drama, and you and I talked about that. She's very deserving.
She's good.
Yeah,
she's a good actress.
Yes, and she said she was talking about how her parents were both immigrants from another country, and when they came here, I mean, they put a lot of money into their daughter and then to be with her, take her to different auditions and classes, and so hopefully that's all paying off for her, and she's having some success. But she's been she's very well deserved. She's had some great storylines. And
she is a good actress.
She's going to be a thorn in the Spencer family.
Oh yeah, for years probably.
For years, yes.
If they decide to keep that storyline going.
Yeah, I think it will, especially if once the baby is here too. It just goes on and on. That's why we kind of had to know that it was going to be Will's baby, because it's just
I think there's a curveball coming yet on that Luann.
Could be.
I think. Well, I think the pregnancy's legit, but I do think that there's something coming yet on that. She loses the baby in prison, or
could.
something weird happens to where it never comes to fruition. But we'll see. I can't quite see them continuing that storyline through with the baby, but maybe they will. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it would keep a tie to Luna all the time, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see what you know.
But it might be harder you could do a lot with that too, I suppose. With a mother that's crazy with a baby,
exactly.
with a baby.
Yeah, and Luna, she plays that part well. She's very delusional. It's like, oh my gosh, she sees the world in a whole different light than everybody else in reality. Yep. So yeah, and I think this week Deke is going to bring his roommate.
I wanted to close with that today a little bit. Yeah,
yes, with bringing Remy. And that's going to be an interesting episode.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Look forward to that because I think that's going to open up a can of worms there at the Forrester Creations.
Well, I think so too. And it's going to shock everyone. And, Deacon, I don't think knows the whole story about everything. Think so either. But it hits home for Electra. And all of those there. So.
Any closing thoughts, Luann?
No, I think we covered a
lot of ground on two soaps today.
Yeah, and this week is, it started with Luna. Hopefully we got the Remy thing going, and then if there's some more Luna at the end here, and we'll see where it all goes for.
Could be a big week, Luann. It could be a big cliffhanger on Friday.
It ends big on Friday.
I think it's gonna
keep us riveted.
All right, until we dish again, keep it sudsy.
Oh yeah.
And we're out.